Well,
No.
PS2 days.
Well, ISS technically, but
Okay,
now
yeah.
it got interesting last year when there was genuine debate finally again after what felt like years when Konami upped its game and made a really good PES game, and now it feels like this year it could be maybe FIFA pulling away again. So
I personally think FIFA pulled away slightly last year, and I think that PES has brought it back a bit this year, but then FIFA has jumped on again.
oh, this is interesting now. See, so I'm Brett Phipps, Games Editor at Trusted Reviews. I'm joined by mobile editor Max Parker. We're both
Hello.
massive football nerds. We do love a bit of FIFA. We love a bit of PES. So it's interesting. So you thought last year that PES got better, but FIFA got even more better. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I think last year that PES sorted out some issues it had and gained on FIFA. I thought FIFA was really good last year. Maybe didn't. I think they changed the new engine, sort of stunted its growth in some other areas.
Right. Yeah.
But then this year, I think they've both again pushed forward because they've had a bit more time, with the new engine and stuff and the consoles and whatever. And I do think that this year is the best that they've both been.
Yeah, that's really true. See, I thought genuinely last year, because EA's doing that thing where it's really hard, where because they're doing so much, they can only do something. They always do one big thing every year, and it feels like FIFA 18 is the culmination of like 5 years of gameplay innovation.
Yeah. I don't actually feel that FIFA 18 has one big headline standout feature.
But what it's done is it's fixed everything that they've done in the previous. So do you remember like back in when the Xbox One and PS4 first came out, and they did right, we're making headers really good. It's like, well, that's broken 3 other things.
Yeah.
And they said, right, we're fixing defending, and it made attacking really broken. And so, well, no, attacking's good. So, well, now you've got to fix defending again.
Yeah.
And then crossing's always been broken. Through balls have been broken. There's always been something that's been fixed, but as a consequence, it's broke 2 other things. Whereas this year, none of that's true. It feels like someone's just flicked a switch and said, right, we've done one thing that you won't notice, but in doing so, it's fixed everything else that you've complained about. So it feels like last year I genuinely thought PES played a better game of football than FIFA. Whereas this year I really don't think that's true. And that's not to say PES, I really do think PES plays the best football it's done in so long, since PS2, since Pro Evo 4. But FIFA's somehow almost overnight turned into the best FIFA I've ever played.
So let's start with the gameplay then. I think the gameplay, obviously in a football game, is very important.
Yeah.
And I think that little things that both PES and FIFA have changed this year make the gameplay heaps and pounds better. Like going back to FIFA 17 now, some of the things, the movement especially, because they've added so many more animations in this year.
Massively, yeah.
And that really makes a massive difference. And I think crossing as well. Crossing in both games.
Huge.
Crossing actually feels like, because before crossing felt like every time you'd ping the ball in, it'd be the same animation.
The
same looping ball in.
You'd wait 20 minutes for it to come down, the defender just watch it and clear it, or you'd have Fellaini or Ibra in the box.
And you'd bang it in every time.
Yeah,
or you'd do a little dink across and knock it in. But that just doesn't happen for me anymore.
This is why PES was always better. It wasn't only the way the ball was delivered in terms of whether you went to a low cross or a curve ball. They was always brilliant at it, but it was also the way the ball was delivered. Like I remember playing PES last year and playing as Bayern Munich, and Robin was on the right wing. And I pressed just cross. I didn't press any special button. I didn't hold a trigger. And Robin, with the outside of his boot, just leant on the ball and played a ball over the top to Lewandowski. And I thought, that's brilliant. It's just the way it looked. It wasn't just the ball that was played in, it was how the whole package. And that was why PES was really good. But FIFA this year has made crossing